will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Hadi sık şöyle mestruar.
Save us. Might be hard now there's only one. Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's talk of these skies driving men mad. Most of the hideaways on edge.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him. The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curse.
I overheard your little chat with Rodrigue. It's good of you to help.
I'll stay here with you. If you'd like, that is.
Ma è mid? No, non è mid che...
All this fuss over a few dogs.
That's it. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper Joe!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Pensavo che ti stessero sudando anche le palle. Ciao.
else is just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Are you making them sky?
Niente più ridicolo.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Bastare che io gli dato il cimarro, porco dio. Ok.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they get here in time, which means...
There's Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Did you see that? Tell me you...
I'm ready when you are, Clive.
Perché Red 13 è un ricercato? Porco dio. Ha preso un panino da sciagatta minchia. Sciagatta piselli. Nuova categoria.
Oh, bother.
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got a nose coat. Oh, I see. So you're happy to let them freeze to death, are you? Well...
Ho paura, ho paura.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Oh merda.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Vabbè.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha.
Ma il sottomarino.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Ah, ok.
Doctor said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill.
Che cazzo?
Only a handful made it.
Come cazzo li
That was
programmano?
more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
They were too fast.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Barricades we've set up around the town.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Senza paracadute però. Ottimo. No, niente fanfara? No? No, Mattia, no, 2 stelle, era un poliziotto. Cazzo sono? BBQ Bulls. Subito.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where...
Did he? Take your wounded back to the... Martha will see you're looked after.
Nel continente nero.
And to
Oh
think
no,
you
no.
took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after
Non
Rosalind
posso
fell.
continuarla in live.
Auntie's asked me to shelter
C'è solo
some
quel
of them that
problema.
lost their
Sì.
homes.
No, la
Might be
chat
ready
l'ho
to leave
tolta.
just as the
Prima
skies
l'avevo
turned,
avviata con la
and we
chat.
agreed it was best we stuck
E
together.
poi La chat vocale non la metto, sai perché? Non c'è abbastanza.
But they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels, and they got wounded with them. They're not gonna make it.
Damn it all.
Sì, no, però andate tranquilli, potete dire tutto quello che
You look
volete.
after everyone here.
Ci
If anyone
penso
still
io.
fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Ma questo è Mustafa? No. No, non è. No, l'ho scambiato per un altro PG. Beh, perché secondo te in Iran cosa succede a livello giornaliero?
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can see the What about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for so...
Martha seemed to think you might need some help, and by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them.
Porco Dio, veramente, Mattia. Scusate, però. Cioè, qui bestemmia totale. Cioè, qui ci voleva. Ragazzi, adesso entro in parchi e mi fa i tarocchi. Raga, io...
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Oh merda.
Nice try.
Sono stato ucciso da una tartaruga. Devi pesare veramente tanto. Madonna, porco. Meno male che questa non è stata sentita perché questa era veramente...
Squire, I need you to get those who can.
Questa era una rima comunque da freestyle.
Nice try.
Well done, Toro. Help me, boy. Slow. Titan! Stay down! To me, boy. This one.
Deppeffo morto, Deppeffo morto. Io stavo dicendo della tartaruga qui, però... Ok. Ho detto
Is
Deppeffo
anyone
morto.
hurt? I don't. And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames.
No, l'ho detto
It's just
totalmente
impossible to keep walking into them.
casualmente, però interessante.
You've never been one to
È
shy
come
away
quella
from pain,
serata, te la
Squire.
ricordi, Vivo?
I'll
Quella
get a
in cui ho
shield worthy
combattuto
of the name.
Garuda e praticamente c'eravate voi che
I see you're
guardavate The
all in
Walking
one
Dead insieme a
piece.
Flash.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down East Pool way. too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. We'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Macchina tipica in provincia di Avellino.
Mad dogs.
My brothers.
Oh merda.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Maruna! To me, boy! Get him!
Ragazzi, ho lasciato un finestrino aperto nel sommergibile, cazzo. Beh, sei fortunato se lo ricorda appena dopo 50 cm di immersione.
see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Tutti morti.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to look up.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear it's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Santa Donna Jill.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way. I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You or my uncle.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
Porco Dio, Pippo. Non mi far dire. Non mi far dire cosa. Ti soffio in culo, basta. Quella è l'unica domanda che non mi si può più fare. Soprattutto se sei il Sile. Il Sile deve cambiare battuta. Prima o poi riuscirà a trovare una cazzata nuova. E lì sarò contento.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load. Still, better a branded than one of us. Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load. Still, better a branded than one of us.
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is... But the fact is, I have more...
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to... And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the desert hare has limit.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools.
Cosa?
But if you're here, I
No,
suppose
non l'ho
his
installato
patience
GTA
must be
5.
waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Fucking thieving bastards!
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason, but have left to smolder. That anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
You all right, boy?
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully. With time, they may even let...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before.
I take it your scouts found the bandit.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they marched for Dallas. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already goth...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean...
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Come on! I'm hurt, They mean to overwhelm us. No good. Hey, boy.
Ma?
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
To me, boy. Give me thunder. They need to overwhelm us. No good. I'm hurt, Torgal. To me, boy.
Dio porco. Va bene. Ok.
The women folk have come to
No, non aveva nemmeno senso onestamente.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The women folk have come to buck heads.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us. To me, boy.
Forgive me.
No women can come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours.
Oh merda.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Non ci credo.
Nice try. Nice try.
Ragazzi, io vado a dormire. Buonanotte.